तिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान् वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। प्रपन्न पारिजाताय स्तोत्रवैत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। श्रीमद्भगवद गीता की ऑडिबल, राइट? Okay. So very happy to be in this beautiful setting. We are very thankful to Prabhuji and Mataji for offering this wonderful house for glorification of Krishna and glorification of the process of Bhakti. So today we are starting with chapter 2nd, very important chapter. Yesterday we completed chapter 1st, right? So in chapter 1, in chapter 1 we have seen various contents in chapter 1, right? So this is chapter 1, preparations of war. So we have seen this section. Then signs of victory. Few signs of victory. You want to tell what were the signs of victory of Pandavas? Like you may raise hand and tell. Yes, Mataji. Conch shell. So how is it a sign of victory?
After hearing that conch shell sound, already Kaurava's
hearts were shattered. Very nice. Yes. So this is one sign of victory. Yes.
Dhwaja. So the Dhwaja, Hanumanji is present.
Absolutely. Dhwaja, on Hanumanji is present on Dhwaja. That's why Arjuna is known as what? What's the word? Kapi Dhwaja. Kapi Dhwaja. Yes. So Kapi Dhwaja. Yeah, the venue itself. It is Dharma Kshetra. So how can Adharma win? Chariot given by Agni. Very nice. What more? Quiver given.
Himself is Pandava side.
Okay, Mataji has one more. What's that? Krishna is on the side of Dharma, side of Arjuna. Jayastu Pandu Putranam Yesham Pakshe Janardana. Like that. What more?
Goddess of fortune is also with them.
Goddess of fortune, yeah. What's the word that shows? Madhava. You want to say something more? Yeah, she shared. Anything else? How about, Yeah, pertaining to conch shell, only 3 points were there, right? So one was conch shell pierced or broke the heart of the Kauravas. Conch shell itself is an emblem of Vishnu, so naturally it will serve Vishnu, right? And third is also that conch shell is the most auspicious, so auspiciousness of the conch shell shows also that yes, this side would be victorious. So around 8-9 signs of victory were there, we see. And then we see this Krishna's Bhakta Vatsal nature, where Arjuna said, Senayor Ubhayor Madhe Ratham Sthapaya Mechuta. Screen share. Yeah, something gets skipped. Yes, so we are just taking the recap of yesterday and then we move to the next chapter. So Krishna as Bhakta Vatsal Lord, he brought Arjuna in front of both the armies, and then we see that Arjuna became so much overwhelmed with compassion and all these emotions which completely discouraged him from fighting. So Arjuna has given 4 reasons in first chapter why he doesn't want to fight. What are those reasons? What is that? Okay. Destruction of family tradition. Huh? Yeah. Correct. This entire series of Varna Sankara would happen. Exactly. So destruction of family tradition. Kulakshaya. Kulakshaya pranashyanti kula dharma sanatana. So all these kula dharmas and all, everything will be finished. So then the women will not be protected, children will not be protected, there will be Varna Sankara. So complete destruction of all family traditions would happen. That was one reason. Yes, what more reason?
Sinful reactions of killing.
Yeah, fear of sinful reaction itself, right? That if we kill these people, then the sin will overcome us. Papam evam ashrayet. We will become completely sinful, and then because of that sin, we will fall to the Naraka, fall to the hellish planets. So this was one. What more?
Compassion. Loss of enjoyment.
Loss of enjoyment. What is that?
Arjuna, he will lose all his relatives and everyone, then with whom he will enjoy.
Exactly.
That is what his point was.
For whom you want to, have a great kingdom and all that, for relatives, and they will only be finished. So, who I will enjoy with? And the last one you want to say?
Compassion.
Compassion. What does that mean?
Compassion means all the relatives, the things when they are standing in front of the Lord, so because of that, he got compassionate, they are not able to fight.
Correct. So, how is he compassionate? What is he feeling?
All the acharyas, they are standing in front of the.
Correct. Yeah, you are there. I mean, you told only. I just wanted something more.
Soft-heartedness. His soft-heartedness, Prabhupada says in his purport. That
Yeah.
And
The-
it is not his weakness, but Krishna put him in that situation
Correct.
because he wanted to give us that lesson. That
Yeah.
we should be soft-hearted.
Correct. So, this apparent, basically compassion means he is feeling that, they will die, no? So, he's feeling, they will die. So, I'm compassionate towards them. I don't want them to die. That's basically he's seeing their body. And at that level of body, he's feeling very compassionate that how can they die? All these wonderful people, they are going to die in this battlefield. So, I don't want to do it. So, finally, as she said also, we talked about these two aspects. On one hand, Prabhupada says Arjuna is speaking like this because of his great devotee nature and his soft-heartedness, and he is bedecked with all wonderful qualities as a pure devotee. On other hand, he says that this is ignorance, this should not be done, this is like weakness of heart. So how do you reconcile this apparent contradiction?
Mother-in-law teaching to the daughter-in-law through daughter, that concept. Through
Yeah.
Arjuna is teaching us. some points of Prabhupada is for us as the readers, and some points are concerned with Arjuna.
Some points are concerned with Arjuna. So, which ones are concerned with Arjuna? And which one with conditioned souls? Which perspective is from the side of Arjuna and which perspective from the side of the conditioned souls?
Like weak-heartedness is for us,
Hmm.
and the soft-heartedness is for Arjuna.
Okay, fine. So wherever Arjuna's qualities are glorified, you can understand that he is speaking from the side of Arjuna being free from any blemish, because this whole aspect of Arjuna being put into forgetfulness is arranged by whom? Is arranged by Krishna. So that's why Arjuna is irreproachable. Arjuna is nirdosha. So that's why you can't say that, hey Arjuna, why he is like that. So if at all such talk is happening, Arjuna should not do this, Arjuna should not be weak-hearted, that is for whom? That is for actually conditioned souls. That a conditioned soul in such situation should not become weak-hearted. Conditioned soul in such situation should not show the false compassion. That way. So that's how these two aspects Prabhupada is speaking. One is from the side of conditioned soul and what is to be learnt from that. Another is Arjuna's own glorious position where it's not like he is weak-hearted or anything, no. But that manifestation is being done by Krishna's intervention. So fine. So like this, out of 4 reasons have been mentioned in this particular chapter. Now the final reason which will be mentioned in the first section of the second chapter, and the reason is indecision. Arjuna just becomes like, I don't know what is right and what is wrong. So usually if you are not aware of what is right and what is wrong, then you end up doing the thing or end up staying away from it. Like if I don't know what is to be done, is this good or not? So will I forbid from doing it or I will do it? You will not do it. Exactly. So indecision is also causing Arjuna to stay away from the battlefield. Like he stay away from the battle. He doesn't want to fight because he is indecisive. Confused हो गया वो क्या करना चाहिए ऐसे. So that's why he also did not want to fight. So that's the last section now, which is in the second chapter. So let's go ahead now with the second chapter. So we saw about all these aspects. So these are the contents of Gita summarized. This is second chapter. So you can see Arjuna's surrender is discussed in 2.1 to 10. Jnana is discussed in 2.11 to 30. Karmakand in 2.31 to 38. This is in fact second largest chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Which is the largest chapter? 18th is the largest. So this is next to that. So we may require 3 sessions for this chapter. Today, tomorrow, day after. So here by mistake this line has come, I don't know. Karma Yoga superior to Karma Sannyas. You neglect this because through point 38 to 53 Karma Buddhi Yoga, and then the next one is this 54 to 72. So this appears to be a typo. Yeah, like that. I mean it can still be connected, but it should not be here. 2.38 to 53, then directly here 2.54 to 2.72. So I have shared this PPT with Prabhu.
Yes, we have shared.
You post also?
Yeah,
You posted it on the group. Yeah, so you can also take a look at your leisure. This one is there. This has some basic flow and everything is there. Okay. So you can see now first 10 verses we will see Arjuna's mentioning the 5th reason why he doesn't want to fight, and then finally he surrenders. He surrenders. Till now he is speaking big words like a scholar. This will happen, that will happen. But the indecision will frustrate him so much that he will say, I don't understand. You instruct me what to do. This way. So you see, the point is that Arjuna actually getting completely bewildered. Yesterday we were talking about pratyaksha, right? In this world, if we want to judge everything as per our own perceptions, so in simple matters it's okay. But sometimes in the matters of dharma, what is right, what is wrong, we may get confused completely if we don't have the proper knowledge of Shastra. So it's very important at such occasions to seek guidance. See, here we see Arjuna, he is getting bewildered and then he is surrendering unto Krishna. But there was this another example of Kaikeyi. When her mind was bewildered by mantra, she did not consult anyone and she just acted. She thought this is it and she was convinced this is right and just she acted, and we see whole Ramayana happened because of that. So on one hand, Kaikeyi is an example of not seeking guidance. She never sought any guidance. Okay, this particular situation, mantra is saying, but is it right? I should check. If she would have talked with someone, like Kausalya or someone, then probably we see that she would have got some good counsel. But then she didn't. But here Arjuna, from this situation, we see that how there is a need of guidance in our life. We may be very powerful, may be very intelligent also, but material world is actually sometimes so humiliating that we all need guidance in our life this way. In fact, sometimes, especially when the material miseries come in our life, we may not be able to make sense of the situation at all. Why this is happening to me? Like people say, no, why to me? Why with me? People feel like that. Why is this happening to me? People ask questions like, why do bad things happen to good people? So, see, in material world, you may not be always understand why. Because this whole karma principle is there, which is referring to the things which we have done in prior life also. And that's why something happens in our life, we may not have answer always to that. Gahana karmano gati is actually quite complex. So why certain misery comes in our life at a certain point of time only, of previous so many lifetimes. So it's not easy. That's why Krishna also says, Gahana karmano gati. It's very, very difficult to understand. When Dhritarashtra lost all his sons, all 100 sons, so he said to Vyasadeva that, my dear Vyasadeva, not even one son was spared. I lost all 100 sons. What had I done? He asked to Vyasadeva, because Vyasadeva is Trikalagya. He understands past, present, future. He said, what had I done? That I not even one son survived. So Vyasadeva said that in your prior life, you had once very cruelly, you had butchered 100 birdlets of a bird. And the bird kept on crying, mother bird, but you butchered every single birdlet, like that. So then he said, so I butchered those birdlets, so in my next life I should have, got rid of, he said that immediately, why in my next life, or why in that same life I didn't get rid of this karma. He first says, why in the same life I did not get rid of this karma. So Vyasadeva said, no, you got this reaction after 50 lifetimes, because in 50 lifetimes you accrued the punya to get 100 sons. So 50 lifetimes you accrued the punya to get 100 sons. As soon as you got 100 sons, then that karma got applied now. Finished, So then he was like, my God, this karma is so complex. It is complex. Gahana karmano gati. So that's why even in our life, if some miseries come, if some situations we don't understand. So we don't have to try to understand every situation. It may not be possible. So instead of asking why this, we should ask what now. We may not be able to understand always why this is happening to me. But we should see, okay, what am I supposed to do now? This misery, we may lose some near and dear one, we may lose a fortune, we may lose our bodily health. At the least expected moment, we may be young and then something happens to us which is like putting us completely on back foot. It may happen. So in such cases, if we try to see why this is happening to me, so it may be difficult. We may not be able to tell, because as I said, it's all dependent also on prior karma and all. So we have to work on the solution, right? Like if somebody gets malaria, right? And then the person goes on searching, no, I want to know which mosquito bit me. Anopheles, right? If you have that mosquito species of Anopheles, then you get malaria. So you want to say, like doctor is saying, oh come on, so now you have to take medicine. You have to, no, you first show me the mosquito that bit me. Where, when and which mosquito, then only I will take the treatment. Then doctors will say that, then you will not stay to take the treatment. Right? How are you going to find out that? Is it possible? So when you get malaria or when you get a disease like that, what's the most important thing? Treatment is the most important thing, isn't it? So similarly, in the times of difficulty in the life, why this is happening to me is not important question, because it may or may not be answered. But what should I do now? What now? How should I take shelter of bhakti process? How I should try to fight in this situation? Seeking that guidance, seeking that mercy. That's actually the approach. That's the right approach, like Arjuna is doing here, this way. So one should never act, in ignorance. See, you enter a room full of darkness, and darkness is very scary, right? In darkness, sometimes we imagine things. Like you enter and room is dark, so in corner you may feel like someone is sitting there. Or the room may be filled with so many objects, right? So you enter into a room and it's dark, and then you trip and fall and you are getting hit and all, like that. And then you start punching the things around. What nonsense is going on here? What things? I don't know. You start punching the darkness. Well, if you are in darkness, what should be the first thing that you look for? Light. Where is the switch? You find out where is the tuck, and then you will see everything. So nice. Now I know where is what and everything. So similarly, in life, ignorance is the biggest problem. So when we are in ignorance and when we are, suffering due to that confusion caused by the ignorance, first thing which we look for is the light, the transcendental knowledge. We seek the help of devotees, we seek the help of scriptures, we open the Bhagavad Gita and try to gain that wisdom. We talk to devotees. Why is this happening in my life? How am I supposed to steer through this situation? So that's what is the, you can say, crux, gist of this chapter 1 to chapter 2 transition, where Arjuna, because of his ignorance and mistaken ideas, is in complete confusion, and then he turns towards the light. Who is the light? Lord Krishna is the light. And that's actually the need of spiritual master. Why we need spiritual master, that idea is being spoken. So let's go ahead. This is a beautiful chapter. Contents of the Gita summarized. What is the traditional name of this chapter? Sankhya Yoga. That's the traditional name. Prabhupada translates contents of the Gita summarized. Why, Anyone wants to answer why he translates like that? Contents of the Gita summarized. So because this chapter is summary of everything that is spoken in Bhagavad Gita. This chapter has Jnana Yoga spoken in it. It has Karma Kand. It has Bhakti also. It has Jnana also. Jnana Yoga go together. So all these various aspects are here summarized. They are there. Like we see here, one section is of Karma Kand, another section is of Jnana Yoga, one section is of Nishkam Karma Yoga. 2-3 verses are of Bhakti Yoga also. So all what that Gita wants to say is summarized in this chapter. Like this 18th chapter is also like this. 18th also is a summary of all the paths, and finally Krishna gives the conclusion of everything. What is the conclusion of Gita? Sarva dharman parityajya mamaekam sharanam vraj. So you see that this chapter in this way is actually a summary of the contents. It has all these aspects. So let's see now, in first 10 verses we see Arjuna will express his indecision, and then finally he will surrender to Krishna. So please repeat. Sanjaya uvacha tam tatha kripaya vishtam ashrupurna kulekshanam vishidantamidam vakyam uvacha madhusu.
Mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana Krishna spoke the following words.
Yeah. So you see, Arjuna, we heard Visrijya Sasharam Chapam Shoka Samvigna Manasaha, giving up his Gandiva bow and the quivers, arrows, and being completely overtaken by lamentation. He sat there completely depressed in the chariot. So from that position to the position where he gets up and says to Krishna, Karishye Vachanam Tava. This is the journey of Bhagavad Gita. From here to there. So even in our own life, the situations when we are depressed and we are like feeling Visrijya Sasharam Chapa, we are also giving up our bow and arrow and thinking. So if we turn towards Krishna, then we will get that wisdom, will get that enlightenment. Even sometimes, like this personality, Gandhiji also said that whenever I am fraught with problems, I look for the guidance in only one place, Bhagavad Gita. He said, I open the pages of Bhagavad Gita and then I find the solution there. Like that. Prabhupada spoke very interestingly about Gandhiji. He said he was a saint among politicians and politician among saints. Interesting description. Saint among politicians and a politician among saints. Saint among politicians because he was very saintly as far as the politicians are concerned. But he was also a politician among saints because although claiming Bhagavad Gita and reading of Bhagavad Gita, he worked not for the real purpose of Bhagavad Gita, but more for the political emancipation. So he's a politician among saints in that way. And of course Prabhupada did respect him. Prabhupada himself was for some time part of the freedom movement. But Prabhupada understood that what is priority, highest priority should be kept as highest priority. Prabhupada once said that Gandhiji actually could not get a Vaishnava guru, otherwise he would have become a very great devotee. He had that caliber, Prabhupada said, but somehow he didn't get a Vaishnava guru. Gandhiji has written a commentary on Bhagavad Gita, Yeah, yes, very famous. That's his explanation. 5 Pandavas are like 5 senses, and Kauravas are like the anarthas, and this is whole allegorical meaning he gives to this. He gives that, And that commentary originally was given by Leo Tolstoy, which Gandhiji read, and then he, yeah.
Cheerful.
Yes, exactly. So that's how So we see that here Krishna, seeing this condition of Arjuna, where Arjuna has become Ashru Purna Kulekshanam, his Ikshanam, his eyes became Ashru Purna. He was brimming with tears. It was not like just some, you can say some sort of despondency. I don't feel like fighting a war. He was practically crying with tears, and he felt, we talked about all those symptoms, Vepathuscha Sharire me, Roma Harshascha Jayate, Gandivam Samsrate Hasta, Tvakchaiva Paridahit. My skin is burning, and this Gandiva bow is slipping from my hands. So it's quite an overwhelming experience of distress and anxiety. Kripaya Vishtam, he was filled with compassion for all these people, and he was lamenting like anything, why we are fighting this war. So to that personality, Uvacha Madhusudana, spoke the great Lord Madhusudana. So Lord is known as Madhusudana because he killed the Madhu demon. So similarly now, he is going to kill the demon in the heart of Arjuna. So that's why he is Madhusudana. Prabhupada says, material compassion, lamentation and tears are all signs of the ignorance of the real self. Compassion for the eternal soul is self-realization. Arjuna was being compassionate only on the bodily platform, right? Oh, all these people will die, I can't see them dying. But actually he wants to show compassion, he should show on the spiritual platform. See, Prabhupada writes so beautifully, he says, no one knows, this next highlighted, no one knows where compassion should be applied. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. Imagine somebody is drowning, and then he sees someone, oh please help, and this person goes and takes his coat off and allows that person to get drowned. Why? The coat is whatever, Raymond's or, so I'm saving the coat but leaving the person. How pathetic it will be. Senseless, right? So similarly, people talk about compassion, but they do they talk about compassion on the spiritual platform? Whenever you talk about compassion, the food or anything, it's not that it is not good. It is good actually. Somebody is showing compassion at least on that level. But compared to the spiritual compassion, where you see someone as a spirit soul who is having a material body and accordingly show compassion, that's perfect compassion. Otherwise, showing compassion only to the body, it's like showing compassion for the dress of a drowning man. Very nice example Prabhupada is giving. So, similarly, a man fallen in the ocean of nations cannot be saved simply by rescuing his outward dress. You have to know how to help people, right? It's important. You may want to help, but you have to also know how to help. Like the other day I was giving example. There is so much disease in the world. So if you take first year, medical students and say, chalo, surgery karte hai aaj. So your desire is to help. Very nice desire. But seeing those guys coming, the patient will run from operation theatre. Kaun aa gaya karke. Why? Because you are not trained. You have to be trained to help people, If you are not trained, you will not be able to serve them properly. So this is the outlook of Shastras. That first understand the philosophy of life, what is what, and then you try to help people. Otherwise, it will be like saving the dress of a drowning man. So that's why Arjuna's compassion is actually on a ignorant platform. And Krishna will first thing Krishna will speak is he will smash this ignorance. He addresses this false compassion by saying, hey, what are you saying? First of all, do you understand what is the real identity of a person? You are saying on a material level compassion. oh, they will die, they will be destroyed. But what's the identity of a person? So that's how he begins later. Ashocchanan vashochastvam. One who does not know this and laments for the outward dress is called a Shudra, or one who laments unnecessarily. Shudra means Shochati iti Shudra. One who does constant shoka. Hi. Why this happened? Why that happened? Everybody says me this thing, like that is a Shudra. So if somebody has too much nature of complaining, then you know that is a Shudra nature. Hey, why like this? Why this? It's so hot. Always like that. This is a Shudra nature actually. The Brahmana nature is you look for the solution. Okay, this is not working. What can we do? Can we fix this? Or we can work out, give a workaround. That's a Brahmana nature. Brahminical nature. Brahmana, Shudra, it's not based on birth. It is based on the qualities. It's based on the qualities. So, by Shudra, we don't mean a certain caste or anything. We mean the mentality. Somebody may be born in Brahmin family, but maybe first class Shudra. And somebody may be born in Shudra family, but he may have all Brahminical qualities. That's how we see. So Arjuna is a Kshatriya and this conduct was not expected from him. So Krishna immediately, Krishna spoke to Arjuna with, he spoke to him as if to goad him into action, saying, what's going on? What sort of behavior is this? So you see, Krishna is already speaking here, but because Arjuna has not surrendered as a disciple, so Krishna speaks also not as a guru. Krishna speaks like a friend. Krishna gives a pep talk. Pep talk, right? If somebody is demoralized, depressed, then, come on, is it you? You are that great person. Get up and fight. What is this? Come on. That's a pep talk. So Krishna does this in 2 verses. He gives the pep talk. And later he does Upadesh. That is Upadesh. So for Upadesh, you have to be surrendered, no? Otherwise, Upadesh doesn't come easily. Even in our spiritual life, remember, if we don't give confidence to our superiors that, we are ready for instructions, they will not give. But when we show that we are willing to take that counsel seriously and take that into our life, practice it in our life, then they will give you very good instructions. Right? Otherwise, if you know that this fellow is not going to listen anyway, so why will one give that instruction? At least they will give, but they will give maybe little diluted instructions. They may not speak their heart out that this is what you should do. So Bhagavan is giving 2 shlokas. He is goading Arjuna. Hey, what is this? You, Arjuna, you? Shame. What is this? Like that. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kutastva Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupasthitam Anaryajushtam Asvargyam Akirti Karam Arjuna.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you? They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. They lead not to higher planets, but to infamy.
Yeah. Krishna said immediately, Kutastva, kahan se? Where from these impurities have come in you? My God, what's going on here? And Arjuna was also like, kya ho gaya? Krishna is saying, this is some serious situation. Kutastva kashmalamidam. Kuta, from where this kashmal has come to you? And okay, this kashmal was okay if you were in Dwarka or like that, just dancing there. But it has come Vishame. It has come in the most inappropriate time. This sort of false compassion and this sort of all these ideas, they have come when the conch shell is blown, when both the armies are ready to fight. That time, ये सब बोलना था तो बाप पहले ही बोल देते थे. Why at such a point where it is Vishame? And you think it is a very glorious emotion of this compassion and not wanting to kill Bhishma and Drona because they are gurus. He says Anarya Jushtam. It actually, this is the behavior of not Aryans, this is the behavior of Anarya people. So Arya means one who is actually, one who has accepted liberation or mukti as the goal of life. That is called Arya. So Anarya Jushtam is showing that this behavior will not lead to liberation. Asvargyam, it's showing that this behavior will not even lead to Swarga. So somebody may say, okay, Mukti bhi nahi, Swarga bhi nahi. At least in this world I will become famous. Akirtikaram, in this world also you will not get fame. You know? Why you will not get fame in this world? They will say, just see what happened to Arjuna. Seeing our army and all that, this Arjuna also, like that they will make fun of you. They are going to think like this or what? Oh, Arjuna felt compassion and that's why he went. बोले सब नाटक था वो. डर गया वो, simple है. Bhishma is there, Drona is there, Kripa is there. तो बस इनके इंडिकेटर लग गए. Right, he's become very fearful. So like that they will say, Kirtikaram. And at that time you will say, no, you don't know, I am Atirathi and all. Oh, they will say, forget it. What you are talking all this. Don't speak all these things. So it will not lead to fame in this world. It will not lead to Swarga. It will not lead to Moksha. Gaya na pura. 100% failure. You know, it is. Krishna is saying like that. So that's why where from this Kashmal impurity has come to you? Just give this up nonsense. This is complete nonsense. So Prabhupada focuses his purport on this word Shri Bhagavan. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So he defines Bhagavan. So we have studied this in Ishopanishad also. There are three features of the Absolute. What are they? Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. So which one is the highest? Bhagavan is the highest feature. And that's why that Shri Bhagavan over here, Shri Yukto Bhagavan, Shri Yukta Bhagavan. Bhagavan with Shri, his consort and all his energies, his opulence, everything. That's what. So this Bhagavan, he is soon going to relieve Arjuna from all his ignorance. So Prabhupada quotes this famous verse also. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdyate. So we have talked about this. These three divine aspects can be explained by the example of sun. You remember our sun example from Ishopanishad. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Yes. What is the sun example?
Sun rays is Brahman, sun itself is Paramatma, and the deity of the sun is Bhagavan.
Exactly. Vivaswan is Bhagavan himself. Like that the comparison has been made. So that's the highest feature, that's the point. So the Sanskrit word Bhagavan is also explained by great authority Parashara Muni. So you know that famous definition of Bhagavan. Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashasha Shriya Jnana Vairagya Chapi Shannam Bhaga Itingana. These 6 characteristics: strength, knowledge, fame, beauty, riches, renunciation. 6 opulences. When they are in complete Samagrasya, when they are in complete proportion in one person, and that too for eternal time, that person is called Bhagavan. In this world, someone may be having strength for some time, but does he possess for eternity? No. Like even the greatest boxers are like, I am greatest, I am the greatest. And later he couldn't lift even the Olympic torch. Has to be, I mean, that's very unfortunate, right? But very heart-rending, but it's a fact. You may say I am the greatest, but then you need now, this. The most exquisite beauty queens of the world, what happens after some time? Finished, the beauty is gone in some years. And then they are scared of themselves when they see in mirror, right? So same way, intelligence, knowledge, strength, riches, all these things, they may be there in this world for some time with someone. One may possess all the opulences also for some time, but nobody possesses all the opulence for all the time, except Supreme Lord. He possesses that. So that's why he is known as Bhagavan. That's a standard definition of Parashar Muni. So whenever we talk about Bhagavan, you should remember these two aspects. One is Aishwaryasya Samagrasya, this definition, and another is that Vadanti Tat Tattva Vidas Tattvam Yajnanam Advayam. These two definitions. That Bhagavan is the highest feature, and second is Bhagavan has the 6 opulences. So Prabhupada focuses on that aspect only primarily, and how Krishna is the highest Bhagavan, or you can say Krishna is the Swayam Bhagavan. That is spoken also by Prabhupada. He is quoting Ete Cham Shakala Saha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Radayanti Yuge Yuge. So Prabhupada says such impurities were never expected from a person, meaning Arjuna, who is belonging to the civilized class of men known as Aryans. The word Aryan is applicable to persons who know the value of life and have a civilization based on spiritual realization. Yeah, so they are the ones who accept the goal of life as liberation, as moksha, as attaining the Lord. That's called an Aryan. That Aryan word became very negative connotation. It came in because of Hitler. Swastik, ulta swastik, like that. So Aryan word. I was in Germany and I was told that don't use that word Aryan. I was going to give a talk. So they said don't use the word Aryan because they have a lot of negative connotation of the word Aryan. Because he said no, we are from Aryan race, Germans, and rest of the world is low class. We are the higher Aryan race. So anyway, that's the part of history. But yeah, the true Aryan is one who knows the value of life and spiritual realization. He has accepted spiritual goal. That's an Aryan. So you are behaving like what sort of behavior is this? It will not lead to fame in this world, or even the after death Swarga, or after that, after death moksha, nothing. So that's why don't act like this. In fact, Krishna speaks even stronger in the next verse. Klaibyam masmagamah partha naitatvayu upapadyate kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktottishtha parantapa.
O son of the Partha, do not hear this dreading important. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise a characteristic of the enemy.
O chastiser of the enemy. Yes. Krishna said, Klaibyam masma gamah partha. Partha, napunsak mat bano. Don't be important. Actually, to call a kshatriya as important is a huge humiliation. It's a big humiliation. Klib means one who is important. Napunsak. So, Klaibyam masmagamah partha. And to say to a kshatriya that don't be important like this. And na etatvayu upapadyate. This does not behoove you. This does not become you. So, Arjuna also, like, he is friend of Krishna, no? So he also had some, he is not in Dasya Ras, no? when Krishna says, don't be important, so, oh my Lord. No, he will not speak like that. Hey, I am not important. How do you say I am important? I have the compassion for them. Krishna says, Kshudram hridayar daurbalyam. Forget it, it's weakness of heart. Don't talk this rubbish to me. He's like that. Arjuna became little incensed by Krishna's word. No, it's not what you are saying. It's not important. I am not fearful of any of them. But I don't want to fight with Bhishma Drona. And Krishna was like, Kshudram hridayar daurbalyam. This is petty weakness of heart. Like that Krishna is saying to him. And give this up, Parantapa. You are chastiser of the enemies. You are not the one who cries like this. Sitting and crying in the chariot. You are Parantapa. Parantapa means actually one who is like tapa, one who is like you can say like heat or torture to the enemies. That's called Parantapa in Sanskrit. So give this petty weakness of heart, give this up and get up and fight. So you see, Krishna is not speaking any philosophy here, right? It is more like pinching him and trying to goad him, urge him to act this way. So that's what Krishna is saying. And you are Partha. Arjuna was addressed as the son of Pritha. So you are son of Pritha, who is sister of my father Vasudeva. So you are actually connected to glorious Kshatriyas. I mean, your mother herself is like so glorious. Pritha, she showed such courage when her husband died and she was raising all these 5 children alone, right, practically. Of course, she was taken care by Vidura and Bhishma and all, but still, she was a very strong woman, Kunti Devi. Imagine without husband raising the children and making them into such glorious. So Krishna is saying, you are son of Pritha, right? Oh, your behavior kaisa hai tumhara? It's not becoming proper behavior. So that's why he is saying, see these words like Partha and Parantapa, you see they have a sense in it. Partha means he is reminding him of the great parentage. So don't behave like this. Parantapa also, you are chastiser of the enemies. And what is this? You are talking about compassion and this and that. It's a petty weakness of heart. Arjuna might argue that he would give up the battle on the grounds of his magnanimous attitude. So Krishna is not even ready to recognize that these are very noble emotions. He says, no, these are not noble emotions at all. You don't understand anything. You have to understand the responsibility that you have, the grave responsibility of a dharma yuddha. But you are speaking such things. Krishna considered that sort of magnanimity mere weakness of heart. Such false magnanimity was not approved by any authority. Therefore, such magnanimity of so-called non-violence. So Prabhupada also used to be very upset with this philosophy of non-violence based on Bhagavad Gita. See, the whole book is about violence for the right cause. And if you draw a philosophy of non-violence on the basis of Bhagavad Gita, what's going on there? It's inappropriate. It's not right. If you want to bring up such philosophy, then maybe read Jain scriptures or like that. And there you can say ahimsa paramo dharma. Or you're reading Bhagavad Gita and bringing such a philosophy. No. So Prabhupada would say that there is violence needed for the right cause. If it is needed, then it should be done, right? Like if somebody is dying because of cancer and it needs a surgery and the doctor says, ahimsa paramo dharma, I will not do surgery. Himsa, no? But that fellow is, if you don't do the surgery, it is himsa, actually, isn't it? So Prabhupada would say that if somebody is dying because of disease, then you have to do that surgery. Or he would give example of, there are 2 people. One is the soldier and he's shooting and killing people and he gets whatever, Veer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, Paramveer Chakra. And if you take that same gun and you start shooting the civilians, what will happen? Then also you will get chakra, but that is different chakra, right? So the act is same. In fact, the person can also be the same. Why two different results? That is because one killing is approved, it is proper, it is for the sake of the overall benefit, while other is whimsical, it is by one's own capricious idea. So that's why two different results. So similarly, we see that when the violence is on the basis of dharma yuddha, when that remains the only recourse, did Krishna not try for peace negotiation? They tried so much, but in spite of all that peace negotiation, we see that you imagine these Pandavas, they are the rightful heirs of the kingdom, rightful owners of the kingdom, and they said to Duryodhana, if you just give 5 villages, you have such a vast kingdom, just give us 5 villages. We are Kshatriyas, we cannot do job. Kshatriya cannot do a job. So they said, if you give just 5 villages, we will settle, we will rule those 5 villages and you take the entire world. What did Duryodhana say? I will not give even that much land through which the needle will go. Needle ke nok pe, how much land you have on the tip of the needle? That much land also I will not give you. So then when this was there, then Krishna said, enough is enough. Now we will meet in the Kurukshetra. Now be ready to meet in the Kurukshetra. So you can see, they had tried so much, but in spite of that, when the situation arose in this fashion, so then there is no recourse but to fight for the right cause. And that's why Krishna considered this sort of magnanimity, it was just a weakness of heart. But Arjuna persisted. Although Krishna gave the pep talk, Arjuna persisted. Arjuna uvacha katham bhishmamaham sankhe dronam cha madhusudana ishubhi pratiyotsyami pujarha varisudana.
Arjuna said, "Ho killer of enemies, ho killer of Madhu, how can I counterattack with arrows in the battlement like Bhishma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship?"
Arjuna said, what are you telling me, Krishna? Katham Bhishma Maham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusudana. In this battle, how can I, hit with arrows these personalities like Bhishma and Drona? Why can't you kill them? They are pujar. They are actually worshipable. They are worshipable. Like Bhishma, he is the Pitamaha, and Drona is my teacher. And how do you, Vishwan Chakravarti says, Pujarha means I should actually throw flowers on them. Pujarha. मैंने पुष्प वृष्टि करनी चाहिए, आप बोल रहे बाणों की वृष्टि करो. What is this? He is using the words Madhusudana. You are the killer of the Madhu demon, right? Krishna, if you were told to kill Sandipani, will you do it? You are not Sandipani Sudana. You are Madhusudana. But you want me to be Bhishma Sudana and Drona Sudana. He is saying Ari Sudana. In fact, you kill your enemies. But here you are asking me to kill, Bhishma and Drona. Will you kill Ugrasena? Tell me. See, they are friends, no? So they can talk like this. Till now, Arjuna has not accepted Krishna as Guru. If he accepts as Guru, then he cannot speak like this. But right now, still they are talking as friends. So that's why he is speaking. Arisudana. So just as you will not kill Ugrasena or you will not kill Sandipani or like that, the spiritual master, the Gurukula master of Krishna, Sandipani Muni, In Gopal Champu, Srila Jiva Goswami says that Sandipani Muni was a Shaiva before. He was a Shaiva. And when Lord Krishna came in Gurukula, so Sandipani Muni taught him a lot of things. But Krishna also taught a lot of things to Sandipani Muni. Because he had some, Jiva Goswami writes that he had some, lack of knowledge of some concepts of Vaishnavism. So Krishna taught him all those concepts and ideas to Sandipani Muni. Although Sandipani is acting as his teacher, but Krishna gave, Krishna is master of everyone. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. He may accept Sandipani Muni as teacher, but then Krishna is teacher of teachers, right? Everyone, that way. And in that ashram only he met Sudama for the first time in his life. Sudama became friend. Not only that, this Sandipani Muni's two children only, they became the major characters in Krishna Leela. One of them is Madhumangal. He is son of Sandipani. And another is Nandimukhi. These two characters are there in Krishna Leela, and they do wonderful pastimes with Krishna. So both are son and daughter of Sandipani Muni. Madhumangal and this. And who is the mother of Sandipani? Famous. Who is mother? You don't know? Purnamasi. Purnamasi is mother of Sandipani. So it's a glorious family. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So just before Krishna was going to appear, Madhumangal, Nandimukhi and Purnamasi, they shifted to Vraja. It happened like that. Just Krishna was going to appear and they all shifted to Vraja. So in this way he says, "O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counterattack with arrows people like Bhishma and Drona?" Prabhupada writes such a nice thing, you see. It is general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. Because superiors even if sometimes they may be little unreasonable, but one should maintain a certain decorum with them. Sometimes superior may be angry and we may feel like, why he is getting angry unnecessarily. But he's a superior, so you accept. And then you can tell peacefully, Prabhuji, actually it's like this. If you also start shouting at the tip of your tongue, so that's not good. It's not a good etiquette. So a good etiquette is that superior not offered a verbal fight like that. Sometimes we see that you may have to listen to them, hear and get the chastisement, and then you may clarify. And then they may say, oh, okay, this is what happened. Okay, all right. That way it happens. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harshly treated. Even parents, sometimes they may be a little strict and harsh, but the children should never shout at parents or speak back. The children should accept it, and then when the situation is little peaceful, then they go and speak. Then they can tell if they want to clarify something. The worst thing will be to get in argument with the parents or with the teachers or with spiritual master. Forget about that. We should never get into argument. We should never retort. That's a very good etiquette. So how was it possible for Arjuna to counterattack them? No. Arjuna continues. Guru na hatva hi mahanubhavan Shreyo bhaktum bhakshamapi haloke Hatvartha kamamstu guruni haiva Bhunjiya bhogan rudira pratigdhan. Yes.
It would be better to live in this world by begging than to live at the cost of lives of great souls who are my teachers. Even though desiring worldly gain, they are superiors. If they are killed, everything we enjoy will be tainted with blood.
Yeah. So, because Arjuna was continuously, he was again and again, he was harping on that matter that how can I fight with Bhishma and Drona? So Krishna said, फिर क्या भीख मांगने का इरादा है क्या? What is your plan? Right? You want to beg and live? So Arjuna is saying in answer to that this verse, yeah, Gurun hatva hi mahanubhavan shreyo bhoktum bhaiksham. Not killing the gurus like Bhishma and Drona, it is better that I beg and live. Like that. Hatvartha kamanstu guru nihaiva. So if Arjuna is saying, better I don't kill them and live begging. But Krishna says, but these are not such glorious souls. When Draupadi was being humiliated, why they didn't speak anything? Why they are on the side of Duryodhana? You tell me why? Can't they fight on the side of Dharma? So they have lost all the sense because they are attached to money. Because Duryodhana is maintaining them, that's why they are on his side. In fact, before the battle, Yudhishthir went to take blessings of these three personalities. Bhishma, Drona, Kripa. And Mahabharata explains, when he went to Bhishma and he said that, please bless me, that I will be victorious. So then Bhishma became very happy. He said, I am very happy you came. If you would not have come, I would have cursed you. But you came and now I bless you that you will be victorious. But Yudhishthir said, Bhishma, how will I be victorious when you are fighting? So he said, I am blessing you. What more you want? So he said, no, I want to know how we can kill you. This he is asking in the beginning of the battle. So Bhishma said, he smiled and he said, time of my killing has not yet come, so you come later. When the actual time will come, I will reveal how I should be killed. And like that, he also asked Drona. And Drona said that, see, if you bring me a very unpleasant news, then I will give up my bow and arrow and I will sit in meditation. That's where I can be killed. Otherwise, it is impossible to kill. I cannot be killed. So like this, Yudhishthira asked them before only how they can be. And these were such noble souls that they told also. At least, Drona told and Bhishma said, right now the time is not there, come at appropriate time, then I will tell you this way. But there Bhishma said that Yudhishthira, actually it's so unfortunate that you are Dharmaraj and I have to be fighting from the other side. And he says that, Arthasya daso purusha, arthano dasa kasyachit. He says actually everyone, the man is the servant of money, but the money is not servant of anyone. He says, because I am being maintained by Duryodhana, so I am fighting from the side of Duryodhana. Duryodhan mere ko artha de rahe hai, maintain me, whoever is feeding me, I will fight from their side. So that's why he says that actually I am servant of artha. Artha means money, dhana. So he says, so reminding that Krishna is saying here that, these are fallen people. Why you are saying so much Guru, 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 Guru? They are fighting from the side of adharma just for the sake because they are being maintained by Duryodhan. So then he says the next line. He says, no, if you don't accept them as Mahanubhava, which means they are very glorious, Krishna, let them be Artha Kaman. Artha Kaman. Let them be desirous of money. But still, these have done so much favor to me. These are glorious people. Artha Kam Guru kyun na ho? Even if they are the gurus who are actually desiring money, if I kill them and I try to enjoy this world, it will be tinted. It will be polluted by their blood. This whole kingdom will be polluted by their blood. So I don't want such kingdom. Even if they are not Mahanubhava, you want to say that they have fallen from their position. But still, I don't want to have this, bhoga or this Rajya tainted by their blood. Otherwise, Shastra, see, if the Guru has fallen from its standard, the Shastra allows to give up such a Guru. It is mentioned that Guror avaliptasya karyakaram ajanatah utpat pratipannasya parityago vidhiyate. Mahabharata says this. If someone's Guru only falls from the proper path, and if the Guru has fallen to an extent where he has given up the regulative principles and all that, parityago, then one should give up such a Guru, parityago vidhiyate. That is a very unfortunate situation, but if it happens in a disciple's life, then the Shastra says one should give up such a Guru and take shelter of another Guru, like that. So here Krishna is reminding him that, but Arjuna says, no, whatever, but I see that I don't want to enjoy this kingdom which is tainted by their blood. According to scriptural codes, a teacher who engages in an abominable action and has lost his sense of discrimination is fit to be abandoned. This is the verse that Prabhupada is referring, Mahabharata verse. It's quoted by Baladev Vidyabhushan in its commentary. Also by Vishwanath Chakravarti it is quoted. Bhishma and Drona were obliged to take the side of Duryodhan because of his financial assistance, although they should not have accepted such a position simply on financial consideration. Under the circumstances, they have lost the respectability of teachers. But still Arjuna considers them as superiors and he wants to continue to respect them. And this verse then gives his indecision. Na chaitad vidma kadaranno gariyo yadva jayema yadivano jayeyu yane vahatva najiji vishamas teva sthita pramukhe dharta rashtra. Yes, please read.
Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, he would not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield.
So speaking like this, and then Krishna is persistently telling him, this is not right, this you should not do. So finally Arjuna is saying, I don't understand, I don't know what is right. Na chaitad vidmaha. I don't understand what is Kataranno Gariyo, which one is Gariya, which one is better. Yadva Jayema Yadivano Jayevu. That I win or I become conquered by them. I don't understand what is right. I don't know. So this is which reason not to fight? The last reason not to fight. Indecision. This is indecision. Here he is now confused only. What is right? I don't understand what should be done. Because on one hand, if I fight, then those people are standing in front of him whom if I kill, then I don't want to live also by killing them. Na jiji vishamaha. So all these sons of Dhritarashtra and all others, they are standing in front of me. If I kill them, I don't want to live. And if I don't kill them, then you are saying that it is adharma. So I don't understand what is to be done. You instruct me. So now with this complete, you can say, intellectual short circuit in his mind, he turns to Krishna and says, no, please instruct me. I don't understand what I should do. Arjuna did not know whether he should fight and risk unnecessary violence or whether he should refrain and live by begging. Later Krishna says, begging? You have such a fierce nature. You go in jungle and you do some begging, Madhukari. And if that Mataji or that Prabhuji gives you, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, and the Mata says that, oh, nothing is there, get lost. You will take out sword. Kya bola? What did you say? That's your nature, he said. And you are talking about begging? You should know your nature. What is the nature? You cannot tolerate that humiliation, Krishna said. And then more and over and above, when this Karna and these people who are just waiting to defeat you, when they will see that you are begging and all, kya bolenge all? Will you be able to tolerate such things? So Krishna says that you are in completely imaginary world. You are thinking like this. It's not true. If he did not conquer the enemy, begging would be his only means of subsistence. Nor was there any certainty of victory, because either side might emerge victorious. All these circumstances, all these considerations by Arjuna definitely proved that not only was he a great devotee of the Lord, but he was also highly enlightened. So at this point of time, Baladev Vidyabhushan brings in a concept. He speaks from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, where he says that in this condition, Arjuna was now in a perfect position to get Guru, because he was manifesting qualities like Shanta, Danta, Titikshu, Shraddhayanvita. Prabhupada is referring to those. See, for us, because we read commentaries, it's very clear what Prabhupada is saying in that purport. It may not be apparent to the one who is reading purport, but if you have read commentary, then it's very clear what he is saying there. So this yellow colored highlight, it is actually a directly Brihadaranyaka Upanishad's connection that Baladev is giving, that Prabhupada is speaking. So Arjuna, he had complete control over his mind and senses, Shanta, Danta, because he was showing a great detachment. He was not attached to any kingdom and all that. He was basically ready to be instructed by a guru. Uparati, detachment was there, sign of detachment, you can see. He had also great faith in the words of Krishna, because he is turning towards Krishna. It is concluded that Arjuna was quite fit for liberation. In this way, he was now ready to receive the instructions. So one should have Shraddha, especially, that is one quality. One should have faith if one wants to receive instructions in Bhakti, instructions in spiritual life. If we don't have faith only, if we are a doubting Thomas, whatever, doubting Thomas, he was one of the disciples of Jesus, Jesus Christ. So whatever it is said, Thomas would be doubting only, like that. So he was known as doubting Thomas, that way. So we should not be doubting Thomas, we should be having the faith. So then we can take instructions. If we don't have faith, then better we wait and develop the faith by serving more, by hearing more. But to accept spiritual master or accept a spiritual authority and then not have faith, that is not good. So better before accepting only we do whatever we want to do, all background check or anything that you want to do. If we accept, then we follow. Then we have great Shraddha and we practice this way. So here Arjuna is showing that great faith in instructions of Krishna by turning towards him. So here he was actually now ready to get the instructions of Krishna that will lead to his perfection. So Arjuna was competent in all these attributes, and that's why here we see that he is being instructed by Krishna now. So we see Krishna accepts Arjuna now. Arjuna accepts Krishna now. No more friendly talks. He says, I accept you as spiritual master.
Serious business.
Serious business now. Yeah. Now the friendly talk is over. Because that overwhelming confusion and all, and he knows who is Krishna. See, Arjuna is in Dwaraka, and his knowledge of Krishna's supremacy goes in on-off mode. Like he remembers suddenly that, oh, this is actually Supreme Lord. He can help me. And next moment when Krishna says that, hey, what is this importance? So then he imagines, hey, importance, kisko importance bola, like that. So you see, again he forgets that Krishna is Supreme Lord. So this goes in on-off mode in Dwaraka. In Vrindavan, it is permanently off mode. That Krishna is Supreme Lord, it is off mode only. They never remember it. Even when Krishna reminds them, they don't remember. Like Radharani's brother is Sridama. So Sridama, every single time Sridama defeats Krishna in wrestling, Krishna never wins with him in the wrestling. And also we know for the reason, because he is Radharani's brother, so Krishna better, he is not displeased. So then Krishna never wins. So then Krishna sometimes says, like Sridama says to Krishna, "Arey ye bechara kab jeetega? When will he win? He never wins with me." So Krishna says, "Hey, don't say like that. I am Supreme Personality of Godhead." So then they start laughing, all the cowherd boys. Iska suna gaya? Did you hear today's news? In the night. So they are like that. They never, this knowledge never comes only in their mind. So that is Vrindavan. Dwarka is on-off and Vaikuntha is always on. Vaikuntha, they never forget that he is Supreme Lord. In Vaikuntha, Lord Narayana, everybody is like this. You don't see somebody jumping on back of Narayan, right? Narayan ke sath kushti khel rahe. Is there anybody like that? There, everybody is. Namo Narayanaya. They are always in that Vaikuntha mode. So we are aspirants of this Vraja Bhakti, Vrindavan Dham, where we want to love Krishna so much that that love forgets this aspect that he is Supreme Lord. It's a pure love, completely, in this way. So that's why in Arjuna's personality we see this aspect. So he remembered that actually this is Supreme Lord, and I am so much confused. Let me take shelter of his lotus feet. He will save me. He is the spiritual master of entire world. He can instruct me. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Krishna is Jagat Guru. So he took that shelter. Serious business now. No more friendly talk, Krishna. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha. Pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta. Yat shreyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme. Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. So this is for memorization verse, right? Okay, read translation.
I'm confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of this weakness. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is best for you. Now I'm your disciple and the soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me.
Very nice reading. Very beautiful reading. You should read more. Wonderful. Yes. She has Radha Kripa. Yeah. So, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava. Arjuna is saying, my dear Krishna, because of Karpanya. Karpanya is what? The word comes from Kripana. Kripana means miser. So what is that miserliness? We will talk about it. So because of this miserliness, because of this dosha, upahata svabhavaha, I have lost my original nature, svabhava. What is my original nature? I am such a fierce kshatriya and I should have followed dharma. But my Lord, because of this karpanya, because of this fault of karpanya, I have actually lost my nature. So, pruchhami tvam dharma sambudha chetha. I ask you, Krishna, being completely bewildered in what is my duty, dharma sambudha chetha. I don't understand what is my duty. Should I fight? Should I not fight? So, yat shreya syan nishchitam bruhitan me. Please, nishchitam shreya. What is the sure shot benefit for me? Shreya, and what's the other word? Preya. You remember. So he is asking for Shreya. What is the ultimate benefit for me? Nishchitam, 100%. Bruhi, please speak that to me, my Lord. So Krishna may say, Arey, when I start speaking to you, you are only speaking. Where you are allowing me to speak? थोड़ा कुछ बोल दिया तो कथम भीष्मा माम संख्ये द्रोणम च मधुसूदना विश्वभीपति. So Arjuna says, no, Shishyaste. No, I am your disciple now. Now I will not do like this. Shishyasteham. Shadhimam. Shadhi means discipline. Shas dhatu. Shishya, Shadhi, all of them have a dhatu called as Shas. Shas means to discipline. So Shadhimam, please instruct me, please discipline me, please give me upadesha. Really? Are you serious? Tvam prapannam. I am really surrender unto you. So he is asking for Krishna to instruct him in this way. So this Karpanya, Prabhupada defines very nicely. We will talk about. Prabhupada writes such a beautiful line in the purport. By nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. And not the AI perplexity. The miserable. When I heard that name, perplexity, I was like, Baap, kya name hai perplexity? It is to put you in perplexity. By nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. We see that somehow or other in this world, everybody gets into perplexity at some time of some point of time in the life. That's how material world is. In material world, actually, everybody feels that life is unfair to him. But like this, everybody feels. It is amazing, no? Person feels like, why such unfairness to me? And like this also feels, he also feels, he also feels, he also feels. Everybody feels like that. So that's Maya. And that's how Maya makes us feel. Therefore, it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. And just as Arjuna is seeking shelter of spiritual master here. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of life. Tad vidyanartham sagurum eva bhigachet samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtham. Samit panihi, in pani, in your hand, taking the samidha, taking the wood for the yajna, you should approach the spiritual master. So that samit pani shows with service attitude, with a desire to serve, you should approach spiritual master. Like that. And that spiritual master's qualities are spoken by those words, Shrotriyam Brahmanishtham. He should be Shrotriya, means he should be learned in Shastra, and Brahmanishta means he should also be a great practitioner of Bhakti, and not just learned in Shastra. Or not the other way around also, that he is great practitioner but he doesn't have any knowledge only. Guru means he has to have both the things. He should be a super learned person, Kshotriyam, and he should also be Brahmanishtam. He has a great devotion, he has a great nishtha towards Supreme Lord and the process of bhakti. So that's the quality. So those are the qualities of Guru. And what's the quality of the disciple? Samit Panihi. He should have the service attitude. He should go with the service attitude to Guru this way, like that. So actually the entire material world is like this perplexity, and Prabhupada calls it like a forest fire. Like we daily sing, Samsara dava nalali dhaloka tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam praptasya kalyana gunanavasya vande guru shri charanandavindam. So it is Sansara Davanal actually. In that, the spiritual master, it is like he is like showering the reins this way. So we take shelter of spiritual masters, spiritual authorities, then we see our life becomes very sublime. Otherwise we are many times in perplexity. We are suffering because of our uncontrolled mind and senses. But if we take shelter of spiritual master, we take shelter of devotees, follow their instructions, then our life starts becoming sublime. So that is being shown over here also by Arjuna's example, this way. So what is Karpanya? So he quotes from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. You see here, Yova etad aksharam gargi aviditva asmal lokat praiti sa kripanaha. What is a kripana? He is a miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as a human and who thus quits the world like cats and dogs without understanding the science of self-realization. So when Arjuna says that because of kripanata, karpanya, he means that because of ignorance, because of not knowing the proper understanding of Shastra, because of ignorance basically, that I don't understand what I should be doing. Krishna, so please help me. So Brahmana and Kripana, these two words are there. Who is Kripana? One who does not utilize the human form of life to attain the perfection. Like a miser. What happens to a miser's wealth?
Somebody else uses it.
What about himself? Does he use? Does he use it for others? Does he use it for himself? खुद के लिए भी नहीं यूज किया. It is amazing.
नहीं यूज करते.
At least you have got wealth, use for yourself. But that is a kripana. He doesn't use for himself also. Like that.
After he dies, others use it.
So yeah, when he leaves body, then others use it. So that's why he is condemned. That you see, you get this human form of life, you get this developed brain, and you used it entirely for developing software industry. Nothing else. No spiritual life, no knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Okay, you use for software also, no problem. But your own software is going berserk. It is getting software and hardware also. What about that? What are you doing about that, right? So imagine you develop software but your own hardware. So Shastra says that is a kripana. Lost the human form of life without ever inquiring about these spiritual subject matters and all. So, and one who utilizes like that, Gargi. See, this Gargi is a very famous personality in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. This Gargi is she's a very brilliant lady. And Yajnavalkya keeps on speaking to her, beautiful truths. Maitreyi and Gargi, these two ladies from Yajnavalkya, they are known as Brahmavadinis. So they were super brilliant philosophers. So they keep on asking questions and Yajnavalkya keeps on answering. So this episode is also coming from there. So who is a Brahmana who utilizes that opportunity? Here that because of lacking that knowledge and all, so I have become actually completely overtaken by perplexity. This way. So what is the solution? The spiritual master is the solution. He offers himself to Krishna as a disciple. He wants to stop friendly talks. Friendly talks, no more friendly talks. Talks between the master and the disciple are serious. And now Arjuna wants to talk very seriously before the recognized spiritual master, the Jagat Guru, Krishna. Krishna is there for the original spiritual master and Arjuna is the first disciple. So this is the beginning of Bhagavad Gita now. So Arjuna, by saying this last verse, then he keeps quiet and then Krishna begins to speak as a Guru. Nahi prapashyami mamanupadyat yat shokamuchoshanam indriyanam avapya bhumavasapatnam vruddham rajam suranam api chadhipatyam.
I can find no means to try all
मुझे ऐसा कोई साधन नहीं दिखता जो मेरी इंद्रियों को सुखाने वाले इस शोक को दूर कर सके। स्वर्ग पर देवताओं के अधिपत्य की तरह इस धन ध्यान संपन्न संपत्ति सारी पृथ्वी पर निष्कंटक राज्य प्राप्त करने पर भी मैं इस शोक को दूर नहीं कर सकूंगा। ये अर्जुन बोल
Prosperous.
कैसे कैसे
So he says, Nahi prapashyami mamanupadyat. Krishna, I don't see any way which will drive away the grief that have dried up my senses. Uchoshanam. Yat shokam, that shoka, that lamentation which has caused shoshanam. ये शोक ने मेरे इंद्रियों का शोषण कर दिया. Like that he is speaking. These have dried up my senses, these lamentations. Even if I get avapya bhuma vasapatnam riddham, if I get a kingdom which is nishkantaka, which is unrivaled kingdom, without any enemies, I will not be happy, Krishna. Although Arjuna was putting forward so many arguments based on knowledge of principles of religion and moral codes, it appears that he was unable to solve his problem without the help of the spiritual master. He could understand that his so-called knowledge was useless. Prabhupada writes so nicely. Next section. Academic knowledge, scholarship, high position are all useless in solving the problems of life, especially the real problems of life: birth, old age, disease and death. What is the definition of problem? Can you define problem? Common for all. Nobody wants it. Nobody can avoid it. That's a problem, right? Otherwise, relative problems are many. One of the most relative problem is paisa nahi hai. That's always the feeling like that. But the real problems are actually the problems which are, Krishna says, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, or the Trividha Kleshas. These are the problems. But the point is, the conditioned soul has accepted that this is life. That's why they don't see it as a problem. If you say, is death not a problem? Nahi, har ek ko marna hi hai. See, but if you want, do you want it? You don't want it. But you can't do anything about it. So you say, it's life. If there was no death, how will you value life? They will say. See, that's a typical cry of a guy who is anyway not able to do anything. वो समझ सकता है उसको कि he is helpless creature. That's why he is saying like this. If there was given a chance that you can live eternally, who in this world who will not want? Tell me. Is there anyone like that? All these philosophers, will they say like this? Death के सिवा जीने का क्या मजा है? Will they say like that? No, they will never say like that. See, these are all the words which are there when anyway you can't do anything. That's the point. They will say, without misery, what is the pleasure in happiness? But they will try for happiness all the time. And nobody wants misery. But anyway it comes. That's when you become a philosopher. Isn't it? You philosophize the misery that way. So, actually Bhagavad Gita wakes you up to the reality. We are not pessimistic. Prabhupada was asked, this glass is half full, right? But it is half empty also. So if I ask, how is this glass? Somebody will say half empty. Somebody will say it is half full. But somebody says it is full, then he is a fool. Right? Because you have to be realistic. Prabhupada was asked, are you pessimistic or are you optimistic? Prabhupada said, we are realistic. Prabhupada said, if you say to me that this is a full glass, then is it being realistic? So that's why, you have to accept the reality of life. There is happiness in this world, agreed, but there is also misery in this world. If you are going to just say, how are you? Life's good. LG, life's good. That way, no problem, right? Even in Prabhupada would say, even on the bed of the hospital, you ask a person, how are you doing, sir? Fine. What fine? One leg is there in the air, another here, and you'll say, fine, doing great. Like, so that's not realistic. That's not even realistic that way. So we are not pessimistic, but we want to actually give the right picture. You build hope on something which is really hopeful, and that which is hopeless, you don't build hope on that. Nobody makes house on the bridge. Bridge is to cross over and go to the other side, right? You don't build. Jesus said this. Jesus Christ said that you don't build houses on the bridge. He said, so material world is like a bridge to gain the kingdom of Lord. So you don't make houses, means you don't make this place into a permanent one. They say that as Hare Krishna devotees, you people, you want to escape from reality sometimes, they say. You want to escape, you talk about spiritual world and all that, but live in this world, face the reality. So when I came in Krishna consciousness, one of my teachers was, this devotee, very, very wonderful devotee, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. So he was the one who taught us Bhagavad Gita. So he was asked once this question in I think it was a college program, and then one boy very challengingly he asked Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, you people always talk about spiritual world, Krishna and all. Don't you want to face the world? You want to escape from reality? So Chaitanya Charan Prabhu answered very nicely. He said, we don't want to escape from reality. We want to escape to reality. We want to escape to reality. What is the reality? The spiritual world, Krishna. So he said, we want to escape to reality. From this world to the spiritual world. So that's how Krishna is here actually, going to now solve Arjuna's dilemma, and he's going to save. So this entire purport, Prabhupada is talking a lot about who is the spiritual master and how the spiritual master delivers one from the real problems of life, right? Otherwise, Prabhupada would also say in India also, this guru has become a fashion. Prabhupada said people keep gurus as if you keep a dog. Oh, it's on?
Yeah.
By mistake it became then probably. Oh. Okay. Prabhupada said people want to have guru or keep guru like people keep some dog, like a fashion. They would say, हमने भी guru किया है. In India, you have heard this term? हमने भी guru किया है. You accept guru or guru accepts you? Who is accepting whom? Guru should accept us, no? Like that. And what do your guru does? He doesn't ask. Does he tell you to follow something? Nothing. Only yearly once fees we have to pay. He says whatever you do, it's okay. That's the idea of people's guru. Like that, this way. Right? Many people have such guru. I used to also, like I live in Vrindavan, so many times people come to meet and all, so then, or you are meeting many people and you just strike a conversation, they will say, we also here have guru. You meet your guru? No, we never meet. So what happens? No, they said, only once in a year Guru Maharaj Ji comes, we give dakshina, and then he says, kaise chal raha hai, theek hai na? And then he leaves. That's it. No rules, nothing. That's all. So Prabhupada said, this is not what Guru is meant for. Guru is meant for enlightenment in spiritual life. Guru, people have such weird ideas, right? Sometimes, they say, I went to my Guru and I had stomachache and then it became, cleared. If you want stomachache to be cleared, you go to doctor, no? Prabhupada, one hippie said to Prabhupada, and he said, when Guru touched me, I got the current. Like he said, and he was telling Prabhupada with so much of wonder, saying that when my Guru touched me, what happened? I got current. So Prabhupada said, you can put the hand in electric socket, no? Why you have to go to Guru? like that. He said, electric socket is your Guru. Another guy said, and he said, my Guru touched, and like completely I felt like cold wave came in my. Prabhupada said, hey, make this person sit in refrigerator. He will become fully cold. These are the ideas of Guru in people's mind. Thanda laga, kuch to hua. What is that? Kuch to. Like that. This sort of course we understand it is because of ignorance, but the ideas are very supposed to the one who takes us from spiritual material world to spiritual world. Guru. So this Guru has the aspect of, Guru means basically one who takes from darkness to light. That's called Guru. The aspect of transcendental knowledge. So here also Prabhupada is saying Krishna will act like that sort of Guru. Okay. So that completes the Arjuna's 5 reasons why he didn't want to fight. So let's recite all the 5 reasons again. The first one is what? Compassion. Arjuna wanted to save their bodies, material bodies. What's the second? Loss of enjoyment. He didn't want to fight because they will all be killed. So who will he enjoy the kingdom with? What's the third? Fear of sinful reactions. What's the fourth? Destruction of family traditions. And then the fifth one we discussed. Indecision. He is completely bewildered. CLIFD. Cliff D. You can remember, or you can just remember like that. No problem. So Sanjay continues. Sanjay uvacha eva muktva rishikesham gudakeshah parantapah na yotsyate govindam uktva tushnim babhuvah.
Sanjay said, having spoken thus, Arjuna, gesture of enemies, told Krishna, Govinda, I shall not fight, and fell silent.
Yes, Sanjay continued. Eva muktva rishikesham, that same Gudakesha, the great Arjuna, Parantapa, the chastiser of the enemies, the one who is defeating all his enemies. What's the meaning of Gudakesh? Remember? We saw.
One who has conquered the sleep and ignorance.
One who has conquered sleep and ignorance. One more meaning.
Gu, ka, ke and sha.
Ka, isha. What does that mean?
Sweet, good. Because of the relationship he has, pleasant relationship he has with Krishna, he gives that sweetness to Lord Vishnu, to Brahmaji and Shiva.
Wonderful. Haribol. So those are 3 meanings of Gudakesh. So that person who was glorified as the conqueror of sleep, conqueror of ignorance and chastiser of the enemies, what did he say? Na yotse, I will not fight. And saying this, he just kept quiet. Uktva tushnim babhuva. He went into complete silence. Meaning now he has accepted Krishna as Guru, no? So now he is keeping quiet now. He said, now Krishna, please speak. I have spoken enough and I am bewildered only. More I speak, more I will be bewildered. So now I accept you as my spiritual master. Please, please allow me. Sometimes it happens that some people, they ask question and that question is another class. I give lot of classes like in places, different places. So I see that some people are very eager to ask questions. They are just waiting for the opportunity to ask questions. So one time I asked gave the mic, okay, what question is? And person is going on speaking 5 minutes, 7 minutes he spoke. I said, what is your question? No, Maharaj, I am coming. I said, when you are coming, everybody is going. When you are coming to question, like that. And 7 minutes he spoke like that. And then still he is not asking question. And in the end he said, Maharaj, I am happy. I just wanted to speak. Okay, I thought, okay, this is too much. He was just eager to speak. Or sometimes some people want to ask question just to show that I am also learned. You will not believe, in Vrindavan, one boy asked me question, and when I was answering him, he was like, he asked the question, kept the mic and went away. And everybody saying, Arey, Prabhuji is answering. He was like, he just wanted to ask question. That's it. He asked the question and went away. And I said, okay, the main person has gone away. Should I answer? Others said, no, answer for our sake. Like that. So sometimes we see that somebody may accept in the like sense teacher or like that, but you allow the teacher to speak also. Right? So Arjuna here kept quiet now. Tushnim Babhuva. He became silent. This is a serious relationship. Right? Otherwise, especially in modern generation, this is very much there. They only want to talk. They only talk. Prabhuji, did you understand what I said? I have heard this question 100 times till now. Everybody feels like that is his unique question. But because we are speaking to so many audiences, वो question हमने 100 बार सुना रहता है. Like that. But then the person may feel like, oh, this is a very unique question, and have you understood Prabhuji nicely? I understood, Baba, this question, quite a common question, this way. Sometimes some questions may be also very unique and genuine, no doubt. But what I wanted to say was, Arjuna became quiet, serious, because he now wanted Krishna to take the reins of the speech and the Upadesha. Sanjaya is speaking to Dhritarashtra, you know that. Dhritarashtra must have been very glad to understand that Arjuna was not going to fight and was instead leaving the battlefield for the begging profession. In fact, even the soldiers there also, they also became very happy. When they heard their Kaurava soldiers and all, hey, what's going on? It's like the main batsman is only retiring. जिसका सबसे ज़्यादा डर है, he is retiring. So the team will be very happy, right? So similarly by Arjuna's, because everybody was listening this, whatever Arjuna and Krishna spoke, that was heard by everyone. You may wonder how is it possible that it was such a huge army, such a huge battlefield. Yes, but it was by Krishna's, you can say mystic power. Whatever was being spoken, everybody heard that. That's mentioned by Baladev Vidyabhushan, and also it's mentioned in Mahabharata in that way. So Bhagavad Gita was heard by everyone for the time. Sometimes some people feel Krishna stopped time and only Arjuna was hearing. No, everyone heard Bhagavad Gita. They may not have understood the way Arjuna understood, but then they heard. This is the point. So Sanjaya, by telling that now Krishna is going to speak, so he is in a way, if Dhritarashtra is joyful that Arjuna is going to take begging profession, so we see that Sanjaya is speaking, no, it won't happen. Tamuvacha Rishikeshaha prahasanniva bharata senayor ubhayor madhe vishidantam idam vachaha.
Co-descendant of Bharata. At that time, Krishna smilingly in the midst of both armies spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna.
Yeah, so very amazing, no? Arjuna here, he was so much overwhelmed with misery and crying tears and completely frustrated, distressed. And when he said, Krishna Shaste Ham Shadhimam Tvam Prapannam, and when he fell silent, and then he looked at Krishna and Krishna was smiling. Krishna was smiling. And it is mentioned Prahasanniva. In Sanskrit, Natya Shastra, there are 6 kinds of smiles. Natya Shastra, Bharat Muni explains. There is Smita, there is prahasita, vihasita. There are different kinds of smiles. So Krishna, he did not laugh, he smiled. So that smile was in such a way that his teeth were not seen, and only the lower lip, it changed its shape. Like that. He didn't show the teeth. Imagine if Arjuna is like this, frustrated, crying, and Krishna would have, he would have laughed something like that. What would have happened? Arjuna would have felt devastated, right? Kya hai ye? I imagine you go to spiritual master and spiritual master starts laughing to you like that. You will feel so much disheartened. So Krishna slightly just smiled. By that smile, Arjuna felt like, my God, I'm thinking this is like an overwhelming Himalaya mountain on my head. But he felt so much that actually Krishna is saying, oh, this is a small problem, don't worry. By giving that smile, Krishna reassured Arjuna, अरे ये तुमको बहुत बड़ा problem लग रहा है, छोटू सा problem. It is a very small problem. So don't worry. So with that, he just smiled. That is prahasanniva. And Krishna also smiled because he thought, "Arey, this is that same Arjuna, Atirathi and what not, and just see his condition. What has happened to him?" So Krishna was amazed, like, why he should be amazed? He only has put Arjuna in that illusion. But he got amazed. This person was speaking such big things, and like, now you see he is this way. See, this is how spiritual master reacts. Like when Vyasadeva also was completely bewildered in Bhagavatam, you know, right? He was not understanding why, although he wrote all scriptures, why he was not feeling satisfaction in his heart. And then he was thinking, maybe I did not glorify Krishna properly. And that's when Narad Muni appeared there, and Narad Muni started smiling there also. Narad Muni was smiling. And then Vyasadeva saw Narad Muni smiling. So he felt that, yes, Narad Muni knows the solution. My spiritual master will now instruct. So similarly here also, Krishna, he smiled. Krishna keeps on smiling, right? Bhakta keeps on crying. Krishna keeps on smiling. Always like that. Because he wants Bhakta to stop crying and start smiling, taking the shelter of his lotus feet. So that's prahasitam. Krishna is always like that. He has a great smiling face. This way. So senayor ubhayor madhe vishidantam idam vachaha. That Arjuna who was lamenting like this, Krishna spoke these beautiful words to that Arjuna. The talk was going on between intimate friends, namely the Rishikesh and Gudakesh. As friends, both of them were on the same level, but one of them voluntarily became a student. That's why Krishna was smiling, because a friend had chosen to become a disciple. Imagine two friends are there, Siraj and our Madhav. And then suddenly Siraj says, Shishyaste ham shadi maham tvam. Please instruct me, I am your disciple. So he is laughing, he is not smiling. But Krishna smiled. He is showing teeth. So that's laughter. Suddenly the friend has become into, disciple. Arjuna and Krishna, actually there used to be a lot of, because they are friends, no? So there used to be a lot of friendly talks. Like sometimes Krishna would say, hey, you don't know how I defeated Jarasandha. He would say to Arjuna that, hey, what you have seen, you don't know any war and all. Like you don't know how I fought with Jarasandha. And then Arjuna would say, take it, rehne do. You don't tell me. I know what you did. So Krishna would say, no, you see, archery means it should be like this. So Arjuna would say, you are telling me, archery, you are telling me. Who? I mean, Dronacharya accepts me as the greatest archer. Ye mujhe batayenge abhi, like that. We don't have to learn archery from coward men. He would say like that. And then Krishna would say, hey, you don't know my glory fully, So this sort of talk goes on between them. You can imagine. Now it has turned into spiritual master and disciple. So Krishna smiled that way. So this is how you can see the dynamic of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna placed Arjuna, the most qualified person. See, Krishna could have chosen anyone, right, to put into that illusion. Why did he put Arjuna into the illusion? Because he was the most qualified fighter. So if this can happen to the most qualified fighter like Arjuna, so we are figs, we are no one, right? Anybody in this world can be bewildered by the workings of this world, by the perplexities of this world. So how much do we need the guidance of spiritual master? Krishna is showing that this way. It appears that the talk between the master and the disciple was openly exchanged in the presence of the both the armies. Prabhupada also, you can say. It was openly exchanged between the both armies so that all were benefited. Everybody heard Bhagavad Gita. So the talks of Bhagavad Gita are not for any particular person, society or community, but they are for all, and friends or enemies are equally entitled to hear them. So let's talk this first verse and then we'll pause for today. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashochananvashocastvam Prajnavadamscha bhashase Gatasuna gatasumscha Nanu shochanti panditaha. Madhava Pandavaschaiva Divyo Shankho Pradadmatu. Yes, read, no problem. Last verse chalega. What happened? Both stopped. Tushnim Babuwa. They went to the silence. Indecision. Okay, read. Okay. So this is Krishna's first words to Arjuna as a spiritual master. Krishna said, Prajnavadamscha bhashase. You are speaking a lot of learned words. You are speaking as if you are a very learned scholar. Prajnavad. Prajna means what? Intelligence. Vada means the words. It looks like you are speaking great words of intelligence. Prajnavad. But you don't have prajna lesho bhi nasti. Baladev Vidyabhushan says that Krishna was saying you don't have even an iota of intelligence. Why? Because ashochananvashocastvam. That thing which is not worthy of lamentation, ashocha, you are constantly lamenting for that thing. You are lamenting for something which is not worthy of lamentation. And while doing this, you are also speaking learned words. This, that, if we kill them, we will get sinful reactions and all. So Krishna now is taking the Guru's role. So Guru means heavy, and that's another meaning of Guru, right? Danda milega aapko, that way. Gata sun agata sumshta nanu shochanti pandita. Those who are panditas, those who are learned people, they lament gata sun. They don't lament for something which is devoid of life airs, means which is dead. Or they don't lament for something which is agata sunscha, which is with life airs. Asu means life air. Asu means life air. That's why asura means what? One who enjoys his life airs. That's called a asura. What does that mean? Enjoys life air means does some pranayam or what? Kapalbhati. Not like that. Asura means one who enjoys life air. See, life airs cause the proper functioning of the senses. So enjoying life airs means enjoying the senses. So that's called an asura. Asubhi ramante saha asura. One who enjoys his senses very much unscrupulously, that's called asura. So nanu shochanti pandita, those who are learned men, they don't ever lament, and it's a very interesting word. Prabhupada gives a translation like neither for the living nor for the dead. But you understand, it has a deep sense, that Prabhupada's words. Listen carefully what I am saying. See, what is Bhagavan saying here? Gatasu. The learned people don't lament for Gatasu, for that thing from where the life havers have gone away. That's called Gatasu. And Agatasu, that thing from which the life heirs have not gone away. So life heirs have gone away and they have not gone away. So when do life heirs leave? You have to understand. See, when the death happens, what happens when basically when the death happens, the life heirs leave, and life heir carry the subtle body, and because soul is attached to subtle body, so soul is also carried. So life heirs move from one body to another, actually, panchapranas. They go from one body to another. So that's why when it is said that Krishna is saying the wise people, they don't ever lament for something which has left the life heir, meaning they don't lament for gross body, because the life heirs leave which body? Gross body. And subtle body is there with life heir or not? Yes. It is there. So now in the next body, the life heirs will enter along with the subtle body. So life heirs leave the gross body. So this verse means the learned people, they don't lament for gross body. But agata sumsha, meaning learned people also don't lament for that where the life heirs never leave. So which is that body which life heirs never leave? Subtle body. So this means the learned people don't lament for gross body, nor do they lament for subtle body. And the cha is there. Gata soon, agata soon, and last the cha. Cha means that, and they don't lament even for the spirit soul. So three components here are being spoken. We don't lament for gross body, we don't lament for subtle body, we don't lament for the spirit soul. All three aspects. Actually, you know, when gross body is destroyed, that is called death. When subtle body is destroyed, what is that called? You know? What is destruction of subtle body? Okay, that's a good answer actually. Mahapralay, yes. But what happens is, Prabhu, when that pralay gets over, they again get the subtle body. So what is permanent destruction of subtle body? Mukti. Mukti. You were saying the same?
Yeah, they go to
Back home, back to Godhead. Perfect. So destruction of subtle body is mukti actually. Destruction of gross body is death. Destruction of subtle body is mukti. So Krishna is saying here, those who are wise people, they never ever lament when death happens, and they don't lament when moksha happens. In fact, they celebrate when moksha happens. If somebody goes back home, back to Godhead, why will they be miserable, right? So those who are learned people, they don't lament for Atma, they don't lament for gross body, they don't lament for subtle body. Why do they not lament for gross body? Because gross body is always dead. Why do they not lament for subtle body? Because subtle body will be anyway destroyed at the time of moksha. And why they don't lament for Atma? Because Atma will never be destroyed. Beautiful, right? This is Bhakti, this is Baldev Vidyabhushan's analysis of this verse. So in all three cases, you see, the learned man will never be destroyed. He will never be lamenting. And that's why as a Pandita, you are actually supposed to behave like this. But how you are behaving? That's why you are not a Pandita. Pandit log aisa nahi karte. Matlab tum kaun ho? Murkh ho. He's speaking like that, right? I was saying the other day, I can say, you are foolish. Prabhu, you are foolish. And I can say, Prabhu, you are not very intelligent. In fact, I think you don't have even an iota of intelligence. You can say like that also, right? So that's the way to speak. Krishna here, Nanu Shochanti Pandita, the wise men don't speak like this. So he's saying to Arjuna in a very serious tone, and learned people don't speak like this. You are a fool. That's why you're speaking like this. He's speaking that way to. So you see, the Lord at once took the position of the teacher and chastised the student, calling him indirectly a fool. You understand? प्रज्ञा वादांश भाष्य से बहुत बड़ी बड़ी बातें हो रही है, बट ऊपर का माला खाली है. No intelligence. Why you speaking like that? As explained in later chapters, it will be clear that knowledge means to know matter and spirit and controller. And this is Prabhupada's very standard definition of knowledge. Knowledge means to know matter, spirit and controller. MSc degree. Master of Science. MSc degree. Matter, spirit, controller. So very nice, no? Prabhupada gives nice definitions. What is knowledge? Knowledge means MSc. Arjuna argued that religious principles should be given more importance than politics or sociology. So you understand, this is also another very important concept. See, when that whole aspect of aggressors, Atatayana was being spoken, aggressors, they should be, what does Shastra say about aggressor?
They can be killed.
They can, or should be? They should be. Yeah.
No sin will accrue.
Yes?
Then no sin will accrue.
No sin will be accrued. So they should be killed, it says. Hanta. Saying that's an argument on the level of Artha Shastra, political science. But Arjuna was saying, but if those aggressors are your own relatives, then they should not be killed. And this argument he was placing on Dharma Shastra level. So Artha Shastra is below, Dharma Shastra is on top. So see, Arjuna is also not just speaking something. He is saying, Krishna, Artha Shastra bada hai ke Dharma Shastra bada hai? Dharma Shastra. So I should follow Dharma Shastra. So Krishna is super smart. Krishna says, Dharma Shastra se bhi abhi bada Brahma Vidya. So now Krishna answers him by saying, I will speak the knowledge which is Brahma Vidya. That's the highest. तो तुम्हारा अर्थशास्त्र भी कोने में रख दो, and you keep your धर्मशास्त्र also. I will speak on the platform of now Brahma Vidya, or it's also called as Atma Shastra, Atma Gyan, and that's the highest level. There is nothing higher than that. So Krishna will demolish arguments of Arjuna by speaking on this Atma Gyan level. Let's discuss it tomorrow. So Arjuna argued that religious principles, here the last highlight, Arjuna argued that religious principles should be given more importance than politics or sociology. So what is this politics or sociology? Artha Shastra. What is religious principles? Dharma Shastra. But he did not know that knowledge of matter, soul and supreme is even more important than religious formularies. What is that? Brahma Vidya. So that's what Prabhupada is speaking. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Thank you very much for your patient listening, rapt attention, all of you. I appreciate all of you very much that nobody got up even for taking a break. Amazing, amazing. So, this is an important chapter, so we'll take 3 days for this. But once you learn these concepts, then they're for life. Should leave. You want to ask?
Thank you for wonderful lecture, Guruji. My question is that you say that Shudra always find problems and Brahmana try to find solutions.